Hey everyone, it's Deb here from Deb's Greenhouse, and we've got today's top 5 plants. We are starting off with this gorgeous, gorgeous geranium. Look at that. This is an old-fashioned type of geranium. It's actually super rare and it's great to add to your collection. If you purchase this geranium, you need to overwinter it. So you can't find them commercially anymore. I only have these because a dear friend of mine who owned a garden center left one to me when she passed away. So very hard to find, and I treasure the plants that I've kept from her, and we have been able to propagate them over the years, and we have some for sale this year. We don't have them every year. So this is called the Tulip Geranium. Look how the little buds sort of look like little tulips. Sometimes on the same plant you'll get flowers. Look here, some are budded like a tulip and some have opened. So that is totally normal on these. It's called a popcorn or a tulip geranium. Geraniums, you want to grow them in full sun if you can. They are super heat tolerant and drought tolerant. They don't need as much water as other sun-loving annuals, so very easy to keep happy. In the fall, especially where we live, in the fall before the first frost, you need to dig it up, bring it in. If you have it in a planter, bring the whole planter inside. Very easy to overwinter. I would put it in a bigger container than this for the winter, but it doesn't have to be huge. It could just be like a 10-inch pot or an 8 to 10-inch pot. But yeah, we're excited to finally have these available for you. We've had lots of people asking. Our next item for today's top 5 sort of blends in with my shirt. I love some burgundy. This is part of our fairy flowers collection, and it's called Red Hot Alternanthera. So it really has lots of beautiful markings. This is a plant that you could use in a fairy garden, or you can use in any mixed containers. You can grow it in sun to part shade. So it's really a lot harder to find cool foliage plants that grow well in sunny spots. So definitely we love this. And this Alternanthera grows 10 to 12 inches tall. This is used in one of Paige's Envy kits, I believe Susanna. Anyway, really cool, and it will get bushier as it matures. This plant, we have people drive so far for this plant. It is called Solanum. It is the green type. It's also called Star of Bethlehem. Look at how many flowers are bursting on this little plant. So what's really cool about this, you can grow it in sun, you can grow it in shade. It is going to just vine out and get chaotic and giant and almost rope-like vining. We have customers that will come and buy 50 at a time, and they put it in everything that they grow. So super pretty blooms, but virtually maintenance free. Just plant it and forget it. It can get super long, like we're talking 4, 5, 6 feet even. Of course, you could always pinch it to keep it in check, but yeah, super pretty. We'll have it here. Our next item is something that gets a lot of attention. So anytime we find petunias with any green on the petals, they are something that just sells really fast. So last summer we toured one of our supplier companies down in Chicago, Ball Flora Plant, and we had some really great discussions about up and coming varieties. And I mentioned to them, I said, what I really love about green petunias is that the blooms last so much longer on the plant than any other color. So whenever you see a petunia that has green in the bloom, I don't know what it is about it, but they're almost like everlasting blooms. And they thought that was really interesting observation, and they're going to do some research on it, which I can't wait to hear some feedback, because as a gardener, you just kind of notice these things. You're like, wow, those blooms last a long time. And so any way that we contribute to this industry, I'm happy to do it. But yeah, this is such a cool color. This petunia is called Amazonas Plum Cockatoo. Now, a few years ago, it was named Lime Royale. Some company got an exclusive and they had a different name for it. It's confusing when flower names change. Let me just say that. But we still love it. It's a beautiful flower. This isn't going to wave out heavy. I would say you're probably going to get a 20 inch spread on it. So, you know, a regular basket, it would give you like a muffin top look, maybe cascade halfway down a hanging basket, but it's not a vigorous wave type, just so you know when you're shopping what you need in which pots. So it's very unique, and look how small it is. Like, This is April. This is not even mid-April. You know, this is a good size for a petunia in a garden center because they're such vigorous growers. Don't be afraid when you see something and your first visit to the garden center and it's small, it has a lot of time to grow. So our final item for today's top 5 plant is actually a perennial. So this is a zone hardy lupin for our area. We have been growing these lupins for several years. I planted this exact one in the secret garden. It has been absolutely stunning. They have the biggest lupin blooms I have ever seen, and it's a special type. So these are called West Country lupins, and they were bred in the UK. What's great is that they are zone hardy here. So I think they are labeled a zone 4, but they have wintered in my garden, and we would be considered a 3-4. They have some calcium on them, so there's a bit of white. But if you are looking for the most beautiful lupins, and what's interesting is that seeded lupins often will all eventually turn purple. These guys have stayed true to color for several seasons, and I just can't say enough good things about it. I love them so much. We brought them in every color. So if you take a look at our website, you can see all the colors we're growing for this. I'll put a link above. So thank you for watching today's top 5 plants. We'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.